हर मंडे पाकिस्तानी टाइम 10 बजे, यूके टाइम 5 बजे देखना मत भूलिएगा। आज आपके नाम डॉक्टर सिंधु के साथ।
Good evening, friends. GSTV UK has arranged special talk with a personality of international fame, Dr. Queen Uba Yuvanwa, Queen of Africa, Queen of Peace, Queen of Humanitarian Activities. We welcome uh, Queen Uba Yuvanwa. How are you, Dr. Uba?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very
So this
happy
is
to be here.
This is very nice to talk to you. And Dr. Queen Uba Yuvanwa is basically originally she is Nigerian, but she is residing in Canada nowadays. And she have been uh, very active in global royal ambassador as she belonged to a royal family of Nigeria. So she is the executive director for Africa International Royal Union. She is head of presentations World Peace Canada, and she is Ambassador General World Aid Organization for Human Rights Canada. She has association with United Nations University Executive Director, being Human Charitable Trust. She is drama writer, artist, thespian, actress, author of the novel Bitter Cola. This is very important book produced by uh, Queen Uba Yuvanwa. We welcome her in our show. And before we start question answer, so just we want to display some pictorial narration. So, oh friends, just pictorial introduction of Queen Uba. Well, pictures can come later. So just we start. Uh, Queen Uba, Dr. Queen. Ji, welcome back. Again, Queen Uba Yuvanwa is with us, and we are just starting our interview so that we can peep into the activities by Dr. Uba. She is working in a humanitarian sphere. So, just Dr. Uba, tell us about your journey that you started from your childhood, whether it was in your nature, or it was your family background, or it was relating to your environment. How you perceived all these things? What was your journey of this fantastic um, word?
My journey started from the day I was born, a female child. And growing up, my mother wasn't able to have more children. I grew up in a society where a male child is important to carry on the family lineage. A woman grows up and a woman gets married, and you take your husband's family name and you belong to your husband's family. But a male child lives in the family, have children, and that children carry on the family lineage. I grew up watching my mother crying, trying to have more children. I grew up with other children in the community. When I go out to play, they call me names that I'm that child that came out and locked up my mother's womb. So sometimes I'll go out to play with other children. They will call me that name. I will come home. So that name became a stigma of that child that locked up the mother's womb. So around when I was 8 years old, before my eighth year birthday, I demand from my mother and my father that I must have a brother or a sister. When I go out to play, when it's getting late, other children go home in twos. Their big sister will take them or their big brother will take them and they will go home, and I will be walking home all by myself. Then when we go out to play, other children, if somebody else is bullying them or beating them up, their sisters and their brothers will come out and rescue them. But in my own case, no matter what anybody does to me, nobody comes to my aid. I was just all alone. So on my 8th birthday, I demanded, I cried, I was miserable. I stopped eating food. My father was very disturbed about my situation. So on my birthday, on the 8th birthday, my father surprised me and my father took me to an orphanage in Owerri. That orphanage in Owerri is still there till today. When we got to that orphanage, there was over 40 children in the orphanage. I was like a kid in a candy store, grabbing all the children, carrying all the children. I was so excited because I believe my father came there to buy me a birthday present, a baby brother or a baby sister. There is this little child that was on his bed. So that little child held on to me. So the people working there said that the child doesn't allow anybody to touch him. He doesn't allow anybody to carry him, but that child clinged on me, held me really tight as if his life depended on it. And I held him. So while our other children were touching me, I was touching other children. This child held on really tight. So my father gave them envelope money and gave them foodstuffs and toys, things, candies, things that we bought for my birthday. So they celebrated my birthday. They sang happy birthday for me, and I was still holding that boy. So when it was time for us to go, I thought my father bought me that boy. So I said to my dad that I'm going home with him. So the matron of that place asked me to give the child a name. So because he's the youngest among all the children at the orphanage, so I gave him a name, Chukwubuikem. Chukwubuikem means God is my strength. So
Great.
that became his name, Chukwubuikem. He's a male child. So I called him Chukwubuikem. Each time I say Chukwubuikem, he will smile. And he was so frail and weak. He will smile. Then he'll stop again. I call him Chukwubuikem, he smiles. So everybody, all the kids were saying Chukwubuikem, Chukwubuikem. The people walking there were saying Chukwubuikem, Chukwubuikem. So when I was leaving, I didn't want to leave without him. My father begged me. I cried. Up to this day, any day I remember that particular day, I have tears in my eyes because it was the best day of my life, the best day of my childhood, having the opportunity to have a brother of my own. Finally, having the opportunity to have somebody to call a sister my own. My Chukwubuikem, God is my strength. So they told me that I can't take the boy home. My father told me that the government will not allow me to take the baby home. The people walking there, like you saw some of the elders there with tears in their eyes, because for me, as 8-year-old, that child was life itself. That little girl child was my world that particular day. But I didn't take the baby home. So my father made me an offer and gave me money. And he said, I will give you this money, and you use this money to start selling something. When you sell something, whatever profit you have, if you make good profit, I will bring you to come and visit Chukwubikem, and you bring the money. I made the deal with my father. I was so happy because I have hope now that I'll be coming there. So we went home, and I gave my money to my mother. And I asked my mother to help me to start what I will sell. My mom said, since you go to school, the best thing for you to sell after school is banana and peanuts, because people will be hungry in the afternoon and you can sell your banana and peanuts. I said, okay. So my mom bought me banana, bought me peanuts. So my mom takes it with her when she's going to shop. So when I finish school, I ran to the market and I carry my banana and my peanut. I hawk it in the motor park, going to shops, going to motor park, and I sell. I come back to my mother's shop and I sell. So when I have enough money in a month, in a 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, my father will add something to it, and my father will take me to the orphanage. And going to the orphanage, I'm looking forward to it. And sometimes I buy clothes for Chukwubikem. I'll buy him clothes, I'll buy him shoe, I'll buy him sandals, sweater. Then I keep it until whenever my father is taking me there. So we keep doing that. On the 4th visit, I got there with what I bought for him. And when we got there, other children knows me, and other children hugged me. I played with them, and I ran to his bed, and his bed was empty. Nobody was on his bed. And I looked at the matron. I said, where is my Chukwubikem? Where is my brother Chukwubikem? And by that time, they've already told my father. My father was just by the door, doesn't know how to tell me. Then the other or 2 women came, and they told me that Chukwubikem has gone to heaven. So I told them that I want to see where they buried him. So they took me to the cemetery where they bury any orphan that died, and they showed me his grave. So at his grave, I cried in a way that I have never cried before. But I promised him that every day of my life, till the day I die, that I will take care of orphans for his memory. So my
That's
journey,
great. And
yeah,
it
my
seems that
journey, yeah,
it seems that since your childhood, you possessed humanity, very sensitive nature regarding humanity and humanitarianism.
yes,
This is wonderful.
yes.
So I want to know about your culture. You told that it's a male-dominant society, and what what are the lapses involved in the male dominant society, especially I'm talking in the perspective of your own society and country.
Okay, I didn't understand what you said. The volume is low.
Okay. So your society, you told it's a male dominant society.
Yes.
So what is bad in it? I want to know about in the perspective of your culture, your society.
Okay. In the dominance of male in our society up till this day, a male child is more important in a family lineage, in a family legacy, than a female child. Not that a female child is
Hmm.
not a child. A female child is regarded as a child, but when it comes to status, legacy of that family, legacy of the family falls on the male child. Like I'm
Hmm.
not a man, I'm a woman. If I'm a male child, I will carry on my father's legacy, his name, his house, his properties, everything. Being a female child, deprived me of my rights, deprived me.
Constitutionally, according to your constitution of your country.
Yeah, according to the
So there
culture
is
and
no right for
tradition.
female.
Yes, according to
Mhm.
culture and tradition, being a
Okay.
woman, when my father died, I lost everything. I lost my father's land. I lost my property, my father's property. I lost the house where I was born and raised because I am a woman. A woman doesn't inherit to live, to take over the father's property and father's legacy.
Mhm.
So,
Inheritance.
yeah. So in as much as I lost everything, all material things, my
Hmm.
father left a legacy in me. The legacy of what I'm telling, the story I was telling you about going to the orphanage and my connection to the orphanage is the
Mhm.
legacy my father left in me. The day my
That's
father
that's
took
great.
me, yeah, the day my father took me to the orphanage, my father said to me, these are the brothers and sisters that you never had. You don't have to cry about not having a brother anymore. You don't have to cry about not having a sister anymore because you can come here anytime and visit them. They are your brothers and your sisters that you never had. That's the legacy my father gave to me. That's the legacy my father left in my life. That's the
And
footprint.
that
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 yeah,
legacy
that's the
cannot
foot.
be that legacy cannot be snatched by
Nobody can
any
take it
person.
away from me.
Yes. And
Yeah.
countries are different and continents are different, but humanity is with the same meaning. And there was no sympathy from any your relative, any government institution to raise the voice for the female rights.
No, it has been there before my time, and it will be there forever, according to them, because even even when they took everything from me, even when I wanted to get back my father's house, the king in charge of that area, my uncle, one of my uncle, my distant uncle that loved me so much, went on my behalf, and the king said to the uncle that she's a woman. A woman does not inherit the legacy of the father. So I lost my birthright because I'm a woman. So that
There
was
are
the
many aspects. There are many aspects of your personalities, and we have only 1 hour to go. So just I want to skip to the other aspect of your personality, and that is artist. So you are artist, and artist, that depicts a real picture of society and character. That's a real character. Um, so being artist, what do you think? Art was already with your nature, or you perceived it from society or from some specific incident?
yeah. As an artist, my music is my voice in the society. I was very lucky to find strength in my talent. And I use that my talent to have a voice, to be able to speak for people who are going through what I went through as a child, who are suffering in silence. I want to be the voice for the voiceless. I started with my music. One of my songs is on YouTube. It's called Save Africa. That song
When you
was
say
seen.
my song, when you say my song, it means that was written by you or sung by you
Yes, yes, it was written by me, composed by me.
and sung by.
Nobody else can write my story. I wrote my
So
story.
so can you sing as well? Can you sing as well?
You want me to sing it?
Yes.
Nigeria, yeah. Nigeria, we need peace. Eh, eh, eh. Idino kama. Africa, yeah. Africa, we need peace. Eh, eh, eh. Idino kama. Our nation
Excellent.
is fruitful and blessed. Why are we struggling? Struggling for peace. Why are we battling? Battling for unity in a land very blessed. Let's join hands and shout for heritage. Let's join hands
Excellent.
and
Ex-
sing for peace. Africa, we come together. Africa,
Great.
for peace. Long
Very good.
live
Very good.
Africa.
Very
Long
good.
live Nigeria.
Very good.
Let there be peace. So, so that's where I
Very good.
started.
Excellent. You are blessed with so many qualities, and this is wonderful to listen to your voice, your poetry, your novel, your artistic skills. Many qualities God have has gifted you. This is wonderful. So, how you feel that you found your tilt towards literature, poetry, especially, and music? It was from the childhood, or it was motivated by some personality or some teachers or some musician or some teacher. So what's reality behind this artistic skill?
My artistic skill is passed on from my mother. My mother was a traditional uh, women music artist when I was growing up. They have women group. They call their group Otudo Kama. So my mother used to compose songs and she used to sing for the group. So when my mom is composing, I'm usually doing the chorus for her. As she's composing the song for the women, I'm helping her support as a supporting artist for her to learn her music. So from there, I started composing my own. So in the evenings during moonlighting, after supper, I used to sing and dance for my father. So that's how I started. My primary school, I was the lead dancer. When I got into secondary school, I was lead dancer.
Mhm.
Like mostly in my village, I am that child that was raised by the whole village. Everybody loves me in my village because I dance, I sing. Every time you see me, I'm singing and dancing. So I got it from my mother. So I didn't go to school
So
to learn how
is
to
there any
sing.
impact of Dr. Rupa, is there any impact of dancing or singing on the personality?
The voice
Impact
of
of
the speaker from your side is very low.
Okay. So, just I want to know about the impact of music and dance on your personality. Do you feel
Okay.
any kind of impact of?
Yeah, the impact of my music, it made me very confident. I'm a very confident woman. And through my music, I've been able to touch many lives, many lives. And through my music, I've been able to have a voice of my own. I'm no longer
Hmm.
living the life of a woman born an only child of her mother. I, I am who God says I am. I am my own person. I have my own voice. There is no gender or no gender. I have my own personality.
Mostly it is said that artist believes in justice, freedom, peace, and balanced approach. So, do you think that peace, freedom, and other harmony was already in your personality, or the life experience taught you about these qualities?
Yes, life experience made me to understand equality at a tender age. Inequality, I grew up to understand that as a child. I grew up with the passion to fight against inequality, gender inequality. So I grew up with that passion in my soul. My music gave me a voice. Music is a universal language. My music gave me a voice in the society. My music is my stepping stone that made me to come out into the world. My music brought me out. When I came from Nigeria, living in Canada, I'm an African woman in Canada. If I start up as an activist in Canada, maybe nobody will know me, maybe nobody will hear me. I started with my
Definitely.
music. My
Mhm.
music as a cultural diversity. I preach cultural diversity. I preach Africa. I sing Africa. I act Africa. I write Africa. I'm an African woman, a proud African woman living in Canada.
Definitely, and we are also proud of you and your capabilities, your qualities, and the way you are presenting your culture and yourself as well. So, how many organizations you have at the moment?
Okay,
Organizations.
I
How
have,
many
I have,
organizations?
I belong to over 60 international organizations, but the most important organizations are the key ones that have empowered me to become who I am today. So number one organization is World Peace Committee. I am the head of World Peace Committee Canada. I am the Secretary General for World Aid Organization for Human Rights. I am the Chief Ambassador for United Nations University, Academy of Universal Global Peace. You know Dr. Mahood Krishna. I am the President of Success World 1, Canada. I am the Director for Being Humane. I am
So
recently,
many,
recently I've been
so many
appointed,
platforms you have.
sir.
Yes, but I'm keen to know about your own organization which you are managing
Okay,
right now.
my own organization is Monarchy of Yaya. Monarchy
Mhm.
of Yaya was founded by Ezigbo Foundation, Ghana. Ezigbo is the
Mhm.
king of the Igbos living in Ghana. His Royal Majesty Eze Dr. Chukwudi Judu Iheanetu, the king of the Igbos in Ghana. That's
Mhm.
my own organization, Monarchy of Yaya.
What are
Because
the
like I was
objectives?
because like I was saying before about legacy in Africa,
Mhm.
you give respect to whom honor is due. I have a royal bloodline from my grandmother, the mother of my father. Since culture and tradition deprive me the right to carry on my father's legacy, I
That's
took my
fine.
grand I took my
Dr. Uba,
grandmother.
I want to know about the monarchy of Yaya.
That's
What
what
are
I'm
the objectives
explaining.
of this organization, and whether
That's
it
what
is
I'm
confined to Ghana? And
that's what I'm trying to explain
so I
to
want
you.
to,
That yeah. So since by
please.
tradition and culture, I'm not able to carry on my father's legacy, I
Yes.
created monarchy of Yaya. Yaya is the name of my grandmother, my father's mother. Omari Yaya Obioha
Mhm,
Chinyere. She is the mother
mhm,
of Josiah Achunulo Chinyere, my father. Since I am not a male child, to answer my father, carry on my father's legacy, I carried my grandmother's legacy. And I created and registered my royal bloodline as monarchy of Yaya with the backing of my
mhm,
king. My king is my partner. My king is the founder of monarchy of Yaya with me.
mhm.
Monarchy of Yaya is a mantle, a royal mantle to showcase my heritage, to empower women in leadership, to empower women to have a voice in the society, to empower the youth to be comfortable in who they are. So many youths out there are suffering from discrimination of being Black or being African. Monarchy
So that's
of
great.
Yaya is
That's
an
great, Dr. Uba.
empowerment. It's an empowerment of our youth and generation unborn.
So just I want to know more about your activity, because when you started this organization, and your objectives were very much obvious, and you wanted to ensure the respect and right for the women, and you wanted to ensure women empowerment. So what kind of successes you have achieved in this regard?
Okay, right now, based in down in Ghana, where my king is based, we have Ezigbo Foundation Ghana, and we have a project that is called Feed the Hungry project. And that project, before coronavirus, that project was feeding more than 1,000 people every Friday. With coronavirus, we are not feeding them, like giving them food, but we are giving them like raw food material, blanket, face mask, sanitizers. Those are the things that we are giving them back home. There are
Good.
orphanages that I support in Africa. One in Liberia. There's my main orphanage. My own main orphanage is called Kazim Angel Heart Orphanage. It's both for Christian children and Muslim children. But I have a principle. I have a principle where I don't display the pictures of my orphans. For human rights, they are little babies. I don't take picture of little babies. What I do, and publish it on for my own protection, for my own promotion. I don't do that. But if I go on humanitarian mission to a primary school, or to women empowerment or youth empowerment, those pictures I publish, those pictures I use them for promotions. But my orphanage, I don't promote my children. They are my children.
So, Dr. Uba, the another aspect of your personality is authorship, and you have authored one novel, Bitter Cola, The
Yes.
Awakening of Amazon Warrior. So as far as my look at the text of this novel is concerned, it is about a girl. She wants to fight against the traditional outlook of the society. So, should I perceive that it's your own story that has been depicted in the novel?
Well, I wrote the book. Some aspect of my life was showcased in the book, but the story generally was a story of my grandmother, my late grandmother,
Right.
my late
So,
grandmother, whom I am bringing back to life through my own vision, through my own mission. So the book,
what is the main plot of the novel, and what you want to prove in that novel?
that that novel is about spiritual abuse. There are mental abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, all kinds of abuse, but there are spiritual abuse. So not only in Africa, everywhere in the world, there are people that practice magic, and through their magic, they can harm another person, cause another person's, put a hex or spell on another person. I wrote about that in my book, just to create an awareness and to help
So,
people, to help
what do
women
you
that are
think
in
about?
bondage. You were speaking.
I think you are experiencing some technical problem.
Okay, I don't know. I can see
Yes.
myself. I can hear myself.
So, just a little more about the women empowerment in your society. That there is a psychological abuse when you use this terminology. What do you mean by it? Psychological abuse.
I wrote in the book, I told a story, and what happened to the main character. The main character of the book is a light bearer. And these dark entities were determined to destroy the light in her, to cover up the light, to subdue her, to destroy her, even if they could. But they couldn't destroy the light. So my book is trying to tell you that the duality of darkness and light, and the power of light. Because when God created the world, and the world was dark, and God saw that the world was dark, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So if you walk into a dark room, and the dark room is very dark, as soon as you bring in a candle, you can see your way. So my book is kind of teaching the people about the power of light, telling the story to telling the story that will show the glory of God in everything, no matter what you're going through in this world. There are battered women all over the world. The book is to give hope to the hopeless, to give voice to the voiceless, to help women that are in bondage, to let them know that the light of God that is in you can dig you out of darkness. So that's what the book is all about. It's a tool. Bitter Cola is a tool. It's a novel. It's a story to enlighten people to be aware of the power of the light.
It seems you are very much satisfied with your book, and you are happy. Most of the time, authors are not satisfied with their writing, and after 1 year or 6 months, if they go through uh, that writing, they feel some shortcomings and some lapses with the writing. But you seem very confident and very much satisfied about your writing. So, what was the response by the other people?
I have good response from people. The editor of the book is an academician
Good.
based in France, Ambassador Cyprien Jousson. He has written 4 books of his own that are doing well on Amazon. He is the person that edited Bitter Cola, and that Bitter Cola is a book that he is very proud of. Bitter Cola, we have a lot of response. There is a professor from US that wrote uh, what do you call it? Is it acknowledgements? He sent me a message that I will put in my next book. I have good responses and I've won several awards for the book Bitter Cola. A lot of people want to publish the Bitter Cola for me to sell my rights. So many companies has contacted me through LinkedIn, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Amazon. They want the right, they want me to sell them the right of the book. And I decided not to sell the rights. I want to be selling it as it is. Someday I might change my mind, but at this moment, I want to keep the rights to my book. Anybody that wants to publish the book can come and publish the book, but I will not sell the rights to the book.
Mhm. So, if some person wants to have a translation of this book, will you allow,
Yes.
for example, in Pakistan or some other countries? So this is wonderful. So I want to know about United Nations University. When the word university comes, definitely it goes to academics. So what's it? Please introduce. My audience want to know about United Nations University.
United Nations University is in USA. We have Academy of Universal Global Peace. The founder of Academy of Universal Global Peace and United Nations University is His Eminence, Dr. Mahood Krishna. He is my spiritual father, and I've been working with him, promoting the school, the image of the school, appointing ambassadors, getting partnership for Africans, like in Africa, to be able to establish Academy of Universal Global Peace in Africa. So we have
Okay.
partners in Africa.
Mhm. So that's fine. So if we look at your activities and your performance in different organizations, your personality seems very energetic and very strong and active personality. So what are your achievements regarding peace in different corner of the world?
Starts from within. When you have peace, you will be able to give peace. You can't give what you don't have. From the moment that I have an awakening, and that awakening through my music, through my acting career, through my book, I have inner peace within myself. And from my life experience, I
Mhm.
value peace, love among humanity. My mission is a mission of goodwill across every race, every tribe, every religion. I love everybody as I love myself. Most people that has empowered me are Muslims. Most people that have empowered me are people from India, people from Pakistan, people from Palestine, Egypt, all over the world. People embraced my mission because my mission is for equality, peace, and human rights. My mission is a mission that sees dignity in another human being.
So this is a wonderful aim of life you have. So, do you think that many countries, many continents in the world need personality like you who can work for dignity of women, empowerment, and peace as well? So, what kind of injunction you have to motivate the others to work on these lines?
My suggestion to other people out there is to find yourself, find your true purpose, find your true calling. Sometimes situations and circumstances that you found yourself equips you to be a better person. What made me who I am is the circumstances from my childhood that made me as a little girl to have passion for human rights, passion for peace, passion for equality, passion for tolerance, passion for charity work for old people, orphans, widows from childhood. Circumstance made me so. My father, late father, and my mother groomed me to be who I am today. My father passed away when I was 19 years old, and he left this legacy inside of me. So what I'm doing, all I am doing is a legacy of my late father, Josiah
I think
Chineduchi.
I think all these qualities were lying in your personality. It was a part of your nature, but it was facilitated by your parents, by your
Yes.
environment, because he was associated with so many other people, but they could not become Dr. Uba, and Dr. Uba is only one personality. So this is
Yes.
wonderful, and so Corona has changed. It is said that Corona has changed the world entirely. Do you feel any change in yourself?
I didn't
Coro-
understand your question, sir.
Corona has locked down everything. So in Canada, you have faced lockdown and you were confined to your home. So people generally say that it has changed the world. So do you feel any change in your personality?
It made me a better person. Coronavirus gave me, like, the shock of coronavirus all over the world. Me as a person, it changed my life. It made me to value things more than I used to. Like somebody will call me in the phone. If I'm busy, I will not pick up the call. Then before you know it, you forget, you won't call that person back. Coronavirus made me now to take anybody that I come across very important. It made my mission stronger. It made my vision, my peacekeeping vision and mission stronger. It empowered me. It empowered me to be a better person, to be a stronger and better person. That's what coronavirus has done. I became a
Fantastic.
total, I became a total different person.
That's fantastic.
full of
And
full of compassion, full of
yes, and
compassion.
since childhood you faced so many problems, and you confronted with all the problems courageously, and we admire your personality and your achievement in life. So extremism is prevailing the word for last few years. Extremism. So extremism in religion, extremism uh, in continents regarding big powers and poor countries, and extremism in the personality of some people being male and sometimes female. So what you have faced like this, the case of extremism in your country, Nigeria, in Canada, and some other faction of society.
In my country, Nigeria, we went through crisis in October, where the youths are making demands from the government.
Mm-hmm.
So the activism of that demand, the protests, and some youths were killed, and all of us all over the world, all Nigerians all over the world, everybody raised a voice. So if each and every one of us can raise a voice against whatever, anything that is not right, or politically, socially, anything that is not right, and you stand up and you speak up, the world will be a better place. Even when it comes to inequality, gender inequality, the only way we can bridge it is by each and every one of us having a voice. When it comes to religion activism, I believe in religion tolerance. I preach religion tolerance. I'm a very universal person. I was born a Christian woman. I grew up a Christian woman. I have so many friends from every walks of life and every religious background. And I respect every religion. I honor every religion.
So, being royal blood, are you interested in politics?
No, I'm not. I'm not a politician. I didn't register with any political party. But if my country sees me fit for any position and they call on me, I will answer.
No,
If
but
my people need me and they said, come back from Canada, we want you to come and take this position and lead your people, I will.
so do you think that your people don't need you?
My people need me. They see what I'm doing and they need me in different ways, but they haven't called me on political grounds.
So, if you have so good ideas and good feelings and love for your country, love for your people and women folk, so you must be interested to take part in politics of your country.
And when I was discovered, the late President Nelson Mandela discovered me on television, and he called the late Kofi Atta Annan, the Nobel Peace Prize Award winner, who passed away 2 years ago. So when Kofi Annan discovered me on LinkedIn and he contacted me to groom me into peacekeeping. He saw from my music, the music that I just sang a few minutes ago, the lyrics of that music, he saw a woman that can one day stand up and lead her people. I'm not looking for it. I'm not chasing after it. I believe in destiny. Destiny made President Nelson Mandela to come across my song, Save Africa. That same destiny made him pick up the phone and nominated my song, a peace song, and he called former Secretary General of United Nations, Dr. Kofi Annan. And Kofi Annan didn't find me from 2013 until 2016 when he found me on LinkedIn. And he contacted me. I thought maybe it was a joke until I spoke with him. And he said, Nelson Mandela nominated your song, a peace song. So my peacekeeping started from that nomination. So I believe in destiny because destiny is what made Mandela to come across my song. Destiny is what made him handed it over to Kofi Annan to look for me and to find me. That same destiny made Kofi Annan to find me after 3 years of that nomination and mentored me into world peace. So if destiny sees me as a leader for my people, who am I to say no? Because what Nelson Mandela did made me who I am today. He empowered me, his nomination empowered me to be bold, to walk my life's path. What late Kofi Annan did, calling me, mentoring me, lecturing me, teaching me, empowered me to be a strong woman, to be a voice for African women, to be proud to be an African woman. Destiny brought them across my path. So if that same destiny wants me to be a leader someday, politically, I will accept.
So this is wonderful to think about these two directions. If you are poetess or some author and peacekeeping mission, so and the other direction is to participate in the politics, and you should clinch your capital. So do you think what will pave the way for your success, being author or a politician?
Being me.
No,
I had your
but
question.
you
You
are
said,
not confine yourself to yourself. Just look at your people. If they need if they need you in the politics, so definitely you should uh, you should be for them. You should not be. Is it not a selfish attitude that you are for yourself only?
No, you
You have qualities.
you said what will make me feel successful,
You have qualities.
politics or my
You have
book.
you have Dr. Dr. Uba, you have leadership qualities. You have very vibrant personality. So you can do a lot for your country and for your people, and definitely you should do. And if Nigerians are watching this program, so I request them to launch a campaign to invite you to Nigeria as a politician. Will you accept that?
Yes, because I
That's great. That's great.
have passion for my people. I love
That's
my
great.
people.
That's great. So
Yes.
thank you for joining us. friends, you have IWUNWA, and she is a person of courage. She is a person of wisdom, and she has displayed her personality and her capabilities in the field of humanity and humanitarianism. So we salute her success and her courage. So thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day and good night.
I just want to say thank you to Her Majesty Queen Nadia Harari, who introduced you to me and who nominated me for this interview. It's a great honor working together with her and representing Success World One Canada. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
You're watching GSTV UK. Keep watching.
परदेश में रहकर अपने देश के लिए सोचना मेरा मिशन है। मैं अपने रब से तिजारत करती हूँ। मैंने अपना अकाउंट दुनिया में नहीं ऊपर खोल रखा है। आए आप भी मेरे इस काम में शामिल हों, ऐसा हमारी CEO मुकद्दस मजीद का कहना है।
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon.